Joy Corinth. Kovacks. That was cool. I thought it was an R.
That's all right. My handwriting's bad.
Welcome.
Good morning. I'm speaking today because I wanted to formally express my disappointment in Trimet's decision to cancel the section of the Line 43 that serviced Stratus, Nimbus, and Gemini. I understand the reason why this was done was due to low ridership, but I think you also need to take into consideration the scheduling of that run. It ran 4 times in the morning, 7 times in the evening, Monday to Friday only, and covered about 4 miles. So obviously, due to the infrequency of this service, it never was going to rival, say, Line 42, the Line 4, the Line 72 in terms of boarding rides. But the service provided by the 43 was invaluable for those of us that work on Gemini and Nimbus in the business park. Some of my fellow riders would take the 43 up to Washington Square, transfer to another Trimet bus line, but most of us would actually use it to access west at Hall and Nimbus. And so if we want to talk about something that's maybe not performing at the level we'd like to see it, I know that the west ridership has been increasing recently, but it's still operating at a loss. I saw the recent K2 report that showed that the cost per boarding ride of west is $15.71, even though we as passengers are paying $2.35. So I know that west is operating at a loss of about $13 per passenger, and I know that Trimet has been trying to promote west service in response by television commercials asking why drive when you can ride West Commuter Rail, and through promotions like the West Tell a Friend Week. This happened in April, where Trimet customer service representatives met us on West and gave us free tickets that we could use to give to a friend or coworker to encourage them to ride West with us. So it just seems really strange to me that Trimet would want to eliminate a bus that brought people from a business park to the West, because now none of us who had been West riders can access it anymore. I'm wondering what happened to the concept of the total transit system. I thought this would mean something where we would understand that people use both bus and rail to get to where they need to go, understanding the importance of buses that brought people to rail transfer points, and it just doesn't seem like that's really the direction that Trimet seems to be interested in moving. I mean, when's the last time Trimet made a commercial that promoted a bus line? Or when's the last time that free tickets were given out to encourage ridership on a bus line that wasn't performing at the level that you'd like to see it? I mean, I know that there was never any Line 43 Tell a Friend Week, and that would have been really nice to have. But I'd also like to know why our input as the affected riders was not reached out for. Like, where was Trimet contacting us when this cut was decided upon? I know that last year in April, when this section of the 43 had been on the table as a discussion for the round of service cuts that happened in September, this part of the 43 had been put forward. And I wrote in a comment saying that the 43 is an integral part of my commute. I take the 43 to the west to Beaverton Transit Center. At Beaverton Transit Center, I transfer to a MAX, I take the MAX to a bus, and then I get home. This is kind of typical for people who live on the west side. And I'm assuming other people had stories similar to mine, because in September, our 43 was still there. And now, effective as of Monday, we don't have a 43 anymore. So, I'm just wondering why Trimet didn't reach out to us, maybe see if there was like some sort of mutual beneficial agreement that we could arrive at to, preserve our service and still reach whatever goals Trimet had. So, I just want to close by saying, when you're asking in your commercial why drive, what else are we supposed to do? Because you're cutting our ability to get to those trains in the first place.
Exactly.